What did you overhear when someone didn't know you understood their language? I'm half Korean but look completely white. Nobody ever expects me to speak Korean, which has given me some interesting advantages over the years. Last month, I was at this trendy ramen place downtown with my friend Stella. We got seated near the window, and 2 minutes later, 3 Korean guys sat down right behind us. College students with designer clothes and expensive watches. Total trust fund kid vibes. Stella launched into her dating drama about her ex texting her at 3 a.m. I was nodding along when I heard one guy behind us say in Korean, "Check out that blonde girl in front of us. She's actually really pretty." I kept eating my ramen, acting clueless. My mom made sure I was fluent growing up, but I've learned it's better to let people think I don't understand. You learn a lot when they think you can't hear them. His friend responded, "Yeah, she's hot, but probably has zero personality. Look how she's dressed. Probably spends her whole paycheck on clothes." I was wearing a Target dress and drugstore mascara, but okay. The third guy laughed. "White girls like that are all the same. No substance. Just Instagram and shopping. Bet she's never read a book." I have a master's degree in literature, but sure. Stella was still talking about her ex, completely oblivious to the commentary happening behind us. These guys were getting more obnoxious by the minute. "Look at her trying to use chopsticks," the first guy said, giggling. "She's holding them like a kindergartner. This is painful to watch." His friends burst out laughing. "Should we go help? We could play the helpful Korean guys teaching the clueless white girl how to eat properly. She'd probably be so grateful for our cultural expertise," another added. They started planning this elaborate scheme to come over and rescue me from my terrible chopstick technique, then use it to hit on me. The condescension was unreal. Stella finished her story and asked what I thought. I told her to block her ex while these guys kept plotting behind us. "I bet she doesn't even know what miso is," one said. "White girls love that exotic Asian guy thing. This'll be easy. We could totally impress her with our food knowledge," another added. I was getting more annoyed by the second, but decided to wait and see how far they'd take this ridiculous plan. They kept going on about how grateful I'd be for their help. "She'll probably ask for our numbers after," one laughed. "We'll be like her Asian food heroes." The whole thing was so cringe, I almost wanted to turn around and end it right there. But I knew waiting would make the payoff even better. About 10 minutes later, they finished their ramen and got up. I could feel them approaching behind me, probably pumping themselves up for their big rescue mission. The first guy tapped my shoulder and said in English with this exaggerated helpful tone, "Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you, but I noticed you might be having trouble with your chopsticks. Would you like me to show you an easier way?" His friend stood behind him, trying not to smirk. They probably thought they were so smooth. I looked up with my best confused expression and said, "Oh, that's so nice of you." He practically glowed with satisfaction. "No problem at all. Here, let me show you." That's when I switched to perfect Korean. "Actually, I think I've got it figured out, but thanks for assuming I'm incompetent based on my appearance. Also, if you're going to talk about someone right behind them, maybe make sure they don't speak your language first." All 3 faces went completely white. The guy who'd approached me actually stepped backward like I physically slapped him. I wasn't done. "Oh, and just so you know, I heard everything about white girls having no substance and being Instagram obsessed. Really classy conversation. Your mothers would be so proud." One guy started stammering an apology in Korean, but I cut him off. "Save it. Next time you want to judge someone's intelligence, maybe don't do it 2 feet away from them. Some of us understand more than you think." They basically fled the restaurant. I heard one mutter, "Oh shit," in English as they rushed out the door. Stella stared at me like I'd performed magic. "Since when do you speak Korean?" "My mom's Korean. I grew up bilingual. I just don't advertise it." That was literally the most badass thing I've ever seen. Honestly, it felt pretty good, and the ramen was delicious.